Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the group stage of the Club World Cup. If you don't know, this is a new tournament introduced by FIFA, and it gets teams from all over the world, and it competes in the same format as the World Cup. Today I'm going to be making my predictions on who's going to pass the group stage and who's going to be overall the winner of the tournament and how I think things are going to turn out. So in Group A, I think Palmeiras is going to be first, with Al Ahly second, Porto third, and Inter Miami at fourth. Because Palmeiras is having a great season, winning all the games in the group stage in the Copa Libertadores. Al Ahly is, of course, always a strong side in Egypt and Africa in general. FC Porto isn't having the greatest season. Porto finished third this season in the Portugal League, and they lost recently 4-1 to Benfica. So I don't really think they are going through a good phase right now. Maybe they'll pull up an upset, but I think that's how I see Group A going. For Group B, it's the toughest group in my opinion. I think every team here, other than Seattle, honestly, has a chance. I think Seattle is going to be obviously last. I mean, Botafogo, they won the Brazilian League last year and the Copa Libertadores last year, but they've sold most of their players. They don't really have their star players anymore. Atletico Madrid also got third in La Liga, but I think since PSG is, of course, coming off their best season ever, winning everything, I'm pretty sure they won everything they've played for. So I think PSG is going to go off first, of course. I think Botafogo is going to pull an upset against Atletico Madrid. And Atletico Madrid is going to get grouped with Seattle Sounders. Of course, I don't think anybody has any debate against Seattle Sounders being last in this group. For Group C, I think Bayern Munich is going to go first, even though they have some injured players like Musiala and Upamecano. I still think they go first over Benfica and Boca Juniors, and I think Group C is just another case where the fourth place is kind of obvious with Auckland City. I mean, even though they're competitive, they're not really that competitive so I think it's gonna go Bayern Munich, Benfica, Boca Juniors, and Auckland City. I think that's how Group C is gonna play out. For Group D, I think there's going to be an upset. There's Flamengo, Esperance Tunis, Chelsea, and LAFC. Most people are going to say it's going to go Chelsea first, but I'm not really sure. Flamengo has the top score of the Brazilian League, and they are first right now with one game in hand. They have won almost all of their past games and just tied one. So I believe Flamengo is going to go first, then Chelsea, and in between Esperance Tunis and LAFC, I mean, I don't really watch the MLS or the Tunisian tournaments, but I think the MLS has better technique and physicality than the Tunisian league. I might be underestimating them, but I think it's going to go LAFC and Esperance Tunis. For Group E, it's not really a strong group, I would say, because Uara, Red Diamonds, and Monterrey. But I think Inter is the obvious first pick. They got to the Champions League final, but we all know how that went. I think it's hard between River Plate and Monterrey, but with the star players that River Plate are creating, like Mastantuono, which is already bought by Real Madrid, I think River Plate's going to be second. And in between Uara Red Diamonds and Monterrey, I think Monterrey is going to be third and Uara Red Diamonds at fourth. For Group F, I think Borussia Dortmund takes the upper hand among all these other teams in Group F, because they were in the Champions League final last year. They have the European prestige. And overall, I think they're just a better team with better squad than all these other teams, including Fluminense. So, first place in Group F, Borussia Dortmund. Now here, I think it can go either Fluminense or Sundowns, but in between the two, again, Fluminense is having a very strong season. Mamelodi Sundowns is also having a good season, but they don't have much competition. They always have a strong season. And Ulsan HD really isn't having that great of a season. They're third place in the K League. So I think in general, Fluminense in second and Sundowns in third, with Ulsan HD in fourth. In Group G, I believe that Juventus are going to be first because Man City, of course, for the past 5 years have been top 2 teams in Europe. But I think that since this season is like their worst season in the last 6 to 5 years, I think it really isn't an upset for Juventus to be placed at first. That I think I put Man City at second. And Al Ain, I don't really see much strongness on their side. I mean, so I think Y.AC gets in third and Al Ain in fourth. In Group H, I think Real Madrid, of course, gets first place. I think that's the obvious pick. And in between Al Hilal and Red Bull Salzburg, I'm gonna be honest, Al Hilal is the best team in Saudi right now. So, but you can't. Okay, I'm gonna go with the upset of Red Bull Salzburg in second, even though they're not debatably the best team in Austria, and Real Madrid won against them 4-1 in the Champions League. I'm gonna say Salzburg, Al Hilal, and Pachuca, which is having a really bad season at 8th in the Liga MX. I think this is arguably what's gonna happen in Group H. So if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you have any different opinions or how you think your predictions are gonna look like, please comment down below. What you disagree, what you agree with me. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for next video.